It's time for Around the Ozarks News, brought to you by the Springfield Greene County Park Board, Roto-Rooter Plumbing and Drain Service, Blue Current, and Thompson Sales. Here are your hosts, Ethan and Sarah Foreheads.
Hey, good morning to you on Friday. Happy Friday to you. What a great weekend it looks like we're going to have ahead of us. And the week went by quickly. That was nice. You're missing Sarah, so am I. She is, we're in kids sports season. Like the season is year round, by the way. So she is taking our girls to a swim meet. They're actually on the way to the swim meet early this morning in Kansas. They will be there over the weekend participating in the swim meet. Got another one next weekend. So there's a lot going on, but we're hoping the girls do well at the swim meet. I will get started here and let you know the news. There's a lot of stories today, a lot to tell you about as we move into the weekend, some big events that you might want to be part of. So stick around and let's do it. I got some allergy stuff going on. You can probably hear my voice. So if I have to sniff or cough, it's just allergies, but I don't know where it came from. Let's start with some news. Cleanup continues in Taney County after flash flooding this week. It was bad. Several inches of rain fell in just minutes, leading to, you saw the pictures on the news, on your phone, flooded cars, businesses, homes, roads destroyed in some cases. An RV park in Hollister is offering free space to people who had to move quickly when the water started rising quickly. So lots being done down in that neck of the woods, other areas as well, dealing with the fallout from flash flooding. Problem with flash flooding, it gets in real fast. It gets out pretty quick too, but man, it can leave a lot of damage behind. And we're seeing that down in the Branson area. We have an update on a case that we've talked about here several times in the last few months. A case of a woman who spent 43 years in prison for a crime she is now thought to have not committed. After a circuit court judge ruled last month that Sandra Hemmy's attorneys showed evidence of her actual innocence, an appeals court ruled that she should be freed while her case is reviewed. Remember, we told you about that. Well, the Supreme Court in Missouri was going to look at it and decide. They just refused to undo the lower court ruling, so free she goes. She's now being released at some point, they didn't name a time, to live with her sister and brother-in-law. Hemmy is now 64 years old. She's been serving a life sentence after she was twice convicted of murder in the death of a library worker many years ago. She's been the longest held wrongly incarcerated woman known in the United States, according to her legal team at the Innocence Project. So, man, I imagine the reporters will be wanting to talk with her. We'll see if her family allows it and get her take on 43 years in prison. This is another wild story. Her story captivated a nation, and it began right here in Springfield. Now, Gypsy Blanchard is telling her story in a new book. It's called My Time to Stand, and it will be released in December. And she just announced that she will narrate the audio book version of that. Blanchard grew up, as you know, abused by her mother, who falsely claimed that Gypsy had several medical conditions and kept her confined to that wheelchair. I think that's where the title of her book comes from, My Time to Stand. The nation, of course, took notice and is still taking notice when Blanchard and her then boyfriend murdered her mother at their home, at Gypsy and her mother's home in Springfield that they had been given. Gypsy pleaded guilty to second-degree murder and was sentenced to 10 years for her role in the brutal stabbing death of her mother. She has since been released from prison. As you know, her then boyfriend, Nicholas Godejohn, remains in prison, and where he will be for some time. I think she's remarried and divorced. There's a lot going on with her. I mean, some of you keep up with that a lot more than I do. It was interesting. I had a niece who lives in Tennessee. She was just now watching some of the Gypsy story on one of the streaming services. And she texted me a screenshot of Sarah interviewing them back when they were given that house. I believe it was a Habitat for Humanity house. Don't quote me on that. But it was a house that they were given in Springfield. Sarah was interviewing them about that back when Gypsy was in the wheelchair And my niece sent me a picture and said, "Hey, I just saw Sarah." And I said, "Yeah, that was a big story we covered at the time, and then years later, whenever we all found out what was actually going on, covered it then as well." The official ribbon cutting is taking place for Springfield's new fire station. Fire Station 7, built on the exact same site as the original Fire Station 7 on East Sunshine, and it will cover the Oak Grove and Brentwood neighborhoods. The cost of that new station, about $4.2 million. It is political season. Breaking news, in case you haven't noticed. Just last night, of course, President Trump accepted the Republican nomination for president for what is now the third time. That election is set for November 5th, coming up quickly. Who he will run against, we're still not sure. We are still not sure. We'll wait till the Democratic convention, I suppose, to find out. It's a strange, strange year. Here in the state of Missouri, for what it's worth, Governor Parson announced his endorsements for the state. He is supporting Lieutenant Governor Mike Kehoe as Missouri's next governor, Andrew Bailey for Attorney General in the state of Missouri, and Vivek Malik for state treasurer. So there you go. The governor wanted to send out his picks as we get closer. Congratulations to Springfield Hospitals. A national publication just ranked them in the top 10 across the state of Missouri. Mercy Hospital in Springfield came in number 4, and Cox Health in Springfield ranked 9th on that list when it comes to patient outcomes, processes and procedures, and staffing to patient ratio. Those are the criteria on which they were judged. U.S. News and World Report looked at about 140 hospitals across the state of Missouri. Dallas Cowboys Hall of Famer Emmitt Smith is coming to Springfield again, becoming a regular here, really. He's in town again on September 24th to headline the 25th annual Steak and Steak Dinner for the Boys and Girls Clubs of Springfield. That will be held at University Plaza Convention Center. And of course, we told you about this. Smith was just here last month to do the ceremonial coin flip for the Ozarks Lunkers' first ever Arena League football game. So that was cool, and Emmitt is coming back. So good for him. There's a lot going on to tell you about this weekend. We told you about some of this before, but give you updates in case you want to take part. Tonight, our friends over at the Springfield Greene County Park Board are giving kids and their parents the opportunity to try out a sport before they sign up for a season, which I think is really nice. Kindergartners through 5th graders can play baseball, bring your own glove if it's baseball, soccer, volleyball, and more tonight from 6 to 8 at Nichols Park for free. It is free, but you need to register. They'd like for you to register. You can do that at parkboard.org/events. Register at parkboard.org/events. Also tonight, you can enjoy a free movie in the park. That is also being brought to you by the Springfield Greene County Park Board, one of our sponsors, by the way. Barbie is the choice this week. We'll play at Jordan Valley Park Friday night. Tonight, starting 8:45. Show up with your own lawn chair, and you can enjoy a nice evening under the stars. You may need a light jacket. I don't know. The way things are going, you never know. It's crazy. I was out at the Price Cutter Charity Championship, which also, by the way, is going on this weekend. And if you've never been, or if you haven't been in a while, today and tomorrow would be, and maybe even Sunday. I think we got some storms possible Sunday, but that'll be the time to go. It's usually like 120 degrees out there. I hadn't had rain in weeks. I was out there yesterday. I try to go every year. It's such a great event. And it was unbelievably comfortable to sit there and watch some golfers play the game. It was really cool. Had some food out there, sat in the shade a little bit, but even in the sun, it wasn't crazy hot. So you might want to get out and enjoy that. That's such a great tournament. They've combined raised more than $20 million for local children's charities over the years that they've been doing the Price Cutter Charity Championship. So this year is looking like a really, really good year. The scores are outrageous because I guess the course is in really good shape. Little rain, so the ball is biting, is staying. The scores are really, really low. So I don't know, the 40-something over the 4 days could be the winning score this year, which is nuts. 40, man. Okay, one more thing. Tomorrow is an opportunity, wonderful opportunity for parents with students planning to play sports in school in the fall. 417 Sports Medicine and Orthopedics is holding its third annual free, yes, free Sports Physicals Day. Show up from 8 to noon tomorrow. That's at 417 Sports Medicine and Orthopedics on South National. You want to look up that address, show up there, get your kid a physical for free, and you will be set for the school year because it is. I saw some school supplies out at a store the other day, and I was like, really? You're gonna give kids anxiety during the middle of summer? Let them enjoy it a little bit before you get the school supplies out. They know school's coming again. They know they're going to have to get supplies, and parents are like, oh man, supplies. I got to spend another $100 on school supplies. But anyway, we still got a little bit of time for that. So let's enjoy the month of July because it's been a little cooler than normal, I think, for the month, certainly now, and more rain than normal for the month of July. So, hey, and sometimes too much rain, as we saw earlier this week. But hey, you win some, you lose some. You can't get everything you want. So take the parts you're happy with, and we'll all move on. Hey, hope you have a fantastic weekend. We'll be rooting on our girls at a swim meet, and hope to see you right back here Monday morning. So enjoy your weekend. Thanks for being part of this. We appreciate you very, very